Hello, everyone. Okay. How far from home are we? Intruder alert. Entities from another world have breached the compound, commencing elimination. Watch out! This place seems so advanced. There is nothing like this mentioned in any records. Welcome to my world. We desperately need you. Sarai, why didn't you tell us? I couldn't find the words. Would you have stuck around if you knew? Of course, we'd be nowhere without you. My world fell to the Fleshmancer a very long time ago. It's completely lost. Up above, Skybase produces nasty clouds that prevent sunlight from reaching the surface. And the moon, he sank it into the ocean. Do you understand? The moon and the sun disconnected. No more children of the solstice. Will you help? You know we will. Where do we begin? By visiting my home. I've been away for far too long. My people, are they like me? Yes. One by one, we were turned into cyborgs by the wicked Catalyst, a sentient evil machine. Cursed by immortality in this form, my people linger helplessly while the Dweller of Dread slowly feeds on their souls. Sarai, I'm so sorry. You can help. This is exactly why I left. To find Solstice Warriors. To find you. If we can remove the clouds, the moon will shine again. Then the Dweller of Dread would be made vulnerable. We will cleanse your world, I swear it. And I swear it too. Thank you. Getting to Skybase won't be easy, but a lead might have been found while I was away. Let's make for Rapine, my hometown. I want to show you what we are fighting here. What about the Fleshmancer? His lair lies on a flying piece of land. I have absolutely no idea how to get there. Okay, first things first, let's visit your place. Rapine is on Cerulean Island, east of the exit from here. The derelict factory might pose a challenge, but I suppose we've been through worse. Alright, lead the way. Thank you for your help. I'm eager to visit my home and show you what we're up to. Gerard's village is to the east of this world, on an island with blue sand. Oh, you found a new artifact. Let's see here. Clockwork Castle. Pre-quality onion. Moon cradle. Hey, want to hear a story? 2 alchemists. Countless millennia ago, 2 powerful alchemists named Rashawn and Ethel set out to create the elixir of life, and succeeded. As all things in alchemy come at a price, the gift of immortality caused their bodies to decay, leading them to conceal their hideousness under colorful robes. Reveling at first in the bright side of their immortal coil, they spent centuries nurturing the world and creating wonders to inspire its mortals. Over time, however, Aferol grew increasingly jealous of the ephemerality he would never taste again. Thus began his wicked journey into the forbidden schools of alchemy, a journey which would see every last bit of good in his heart dissipate as he experimented with soul, bone, flesh, and blood alike. As fate would have it, Aferol fully embraced evil and emerged as the Fleshmancer, a vengeful immortal plaguing the world with his monstrous creations. Rashawn tried intervening as best he could, but all it ensued was unspeakable chaos and collateral damage as the 2 former friends fought with godlike powers. After much struggle, Rashawn discovered the Flesh Minion's only weakness to be solar and lunar magic, a power bestowed upon those born during a solstice. He became training these children to become solstice warriors, singularly tasked with culling the numbers of the Fleshmancer's creation. But Aferol's knowledge was also growing. Eventually, he became capable of creating oddities of unlimited potential, known as dwellers. They would be impervious to all forms of magic, except during a total eclipse, and solstice warriors would have a very short window to attempt taking them down. And dwellers, it turned out, were creatures in development feeding on local life. Left to their own devices for too long, they would evolve into world eaters, spelling doom for all. Armed with knowledge and power, solstice warriors would patrol the world, tracking dwellers to determine which should be taken down during the next eclipse. If they remained vigilant, there would never be a world eater, but Rashawn knew a stalemate would only cause Aferol to devise something even worse. In a desperate attempt to get ahead, Rashawn boldly performed transmutation alchemy on the very time-space continuum itself. After successfully splitting reality into countless timelines and parallel worlds, he shelved his alchemy vial and took up the mantle of archivist. On an endless journey across all realities, he would catalog every possible outcome in search of a resolution to the throes of the Fleshmancer. Meanwhile, Aferol rejoiced at the infinite number of opportunities for destruction that had just opened up to him. To find some measure of peace amidst their mortal conflict, the two alchemists made a pact to let the fate of each timeline play out on its own. And so the game of cat and mouse began, played by dwellers and solstice warriors on one level, and by Rashawn and Aferol on another. Across a myriad of timelines and over numerous centuries, some worlds would never be visited by Aferol, while others would be cursed by his mark. Once marked, it was only a matter of time until a world met at its finality, often following centuries of struggle. Each would either be destroyed by a world eater, or permanently saved by the ascension of a pair of solstice warriors into guardian gods. As to when Rashawn plans on recomposing the timelines, or whether he even knows how, remains to be seen. The end. Moon Cradle and the Antidote. It was as compelling as invitations could get. All of the best artisans the world over received it, a personalized letter signed by a mysterious great eagle, enclosed were directions, along with the promise of a worthwhile endeavor and a touch of magic. They gathered en masse on the barren islands to the southwest, hoping to meet the mysterious great eagle who had signed their invitation. But all they found when they arrived were 3 vials, 2 of which were sealed. When they opened the first vial, it became clear to all that there was even more to the Great Eagle than what the stories had shared. As the cork was removed, a solar eclipse occurred, and a magical light blew in from above the sky, reshaping the peninsula into a crescent. At the end of its dance, the light coalesced on the cliffside and gave birth to a tree so beautiful it appeared to belong in a dream. The celestial willow rose up while the grass turned to its signature purple hue. As if the magic had spoken directly to their minds, the builders knew exactly what they had to do. They would build the town of Moon Cradle and hold a festival by the celestial willow twice a year in expectation of the great eagle's visit. Unless they happened to be born in Moon Cradle, children of the solstice would never know their real parents. So that no one would feel different or rejected, Moon Cradle was built around one core tenet: community. They built a common dormitory for everyone, along with a single shared dining hall. Zenith Academy was also clearly visible in all of their minds. They built it but had no idea how to give it its final touch. That was when the second vial uncorked itself. Glowing runes flew out and embedded themselves into Zenith Academy's foundation, enchanting it with levitation magic. The school in the sky was born. As if to celebrate the builders' efforts, the third seal was undone, and out of the tiny vial flowed a seemingly endless stream of mist. It permeated Evermist Island, giving it its name. In the end, a peculiar voice spoke to their minds. The voice provided guidelines for the education of solstice warriors and stressed the importance of seeking out the Elder Mist once their training was complete. As the voice grew faint, the 3 vials disappeared. Since that day, the people of Moon Cradle have held the festival to welcome children of the solstice, taking upon themselves to nurture them until they come of age. Solstice warriors would come and go, protecting the world while attempting to fulfill the prophecies bestowed upon them by the Elder Mist. As the battle continues between dwellers and solstice warriors, Moon Cradle represents the hope that someday guardian gods may rise and bring about lasting peace. The end. Clockwork Castle. When Aferol first arrived in our realm, he brought with him a group of kid geniuses. If stories are to be believed, Kale and his friends had struck a deal with him to free their people. In the Fleshmancer's new base of operations, they would toil away, creating machines for obscure uses in realms unknown. But such a base had yet to be built, so as always, Aferol set out to locate the best collaborator there was to be found. He needed someone morally neutral, for it was execution he desired, not competition. With this new layer, he would prove himself superior to Rashan by building a castle that would control time within itself. The watchmaker was the perfect fit. She was only interested in her craft, and otherwise had no interest in Aferol's machinations. All she asked for in return was a workshop of her own, where she could be left to her own devices. The deal was struck, and together they designed the Clockwork Castle. The watchmaker began drafting schematics for the kids to start production on, while she'd handle the more intricate parts herself. Meanwhile, Aferol enchanted countless cogs and bricks, giving them an aura of magic that none could understand. Construction was almost complete when Kale and his crew made their move. One night they flipped exactly the right cog so that once the castle's perpetual movement was activated, its core function would backfire. They had no goal in mind other than foiling the Fleshmancer's plans, and in that respect, they succeeded resoundingly. What came of the sabotage was that time now came to a halt within the Clockwork Castle, or rather within its inhabitants. And they had played their trick so well that Aferol didn't even know they'd done it on purpose. There would be no impressing Rashan this time, but he could definitely see some upside to a workshop that operated forever. As a final touch, he ensured that any mortal leaving the castle would see themselves aged instantly by the amount of time they'd spent inside. Upon completion, Aferol locked away everyone inside for a century, ensuring that the watchmaker and the children could never leave, lest they die instantly of old age. The watchmaker thought nothing of it, and relished the opportunity to focus on her craft for an eternity. Yet in this time prison, Kale and his friends would have to work day and night. Proud of having done the right thing, it seems they are at peace with their situation. Perhaps getting to be kids forever helps in a way. From day one, they would always deliver, while adding just the right amount of breakage to give the Fleshmancer countless headaches without raising suspicion. One can only feel gratitude when contemplating the suffering that's been delayed, or even prevented, thanks to their cunning game of wasting Aferol's time. The end. It was like a dream. No one believed it at first, that their seemingly eternal journey could finally be over. Why then, and with the current Oracle of Tides being so young, who could confirm the long-awaited discovery? But in their heart of hearts, they knew, before them, appearing even more vividly than in their visions, stood the tower of Onsuldo. And so it was that the nomads of the sea, who had traversed the Abyssal Plain since time immemorial, would settle at long last. Having reached their promised land, they started building next to the tower. In Dokari village, generations would come and go, each following the guidance of their respective Oracle of Tides. Since that day, they have been the guardians of Onsuldo, waiting for those destined to open its gates. In this new era, memories of their nomadic days live on in classic tales, retelling the deeds of great explorers and formidable warriors. The most popular by far is the Battle of Bates Guyot, a story with so many versions it may very well be just a myth. To the best of their abilities, historians have pieced together hints from various retellings of the battle, some even dedicating their lives to the subject. It is generally accepted as a fact that the Dokari almost went extinct while crossing the territory of a gigantic sea slug. What happened next is a matter of much debate, depending on the interpretation of key passages and the credibility of certain sources. Some claim that the Battle of Bates Guyot never happened, dismissing it as a fabrication meant to scare off would-be pillagers of ancient Dokari treasure. This theory is mostly seen as a stretch, however, given that such looters' inability to breathe underwater would already be deterrent enough. Some historians say that the giant sea slug was defeated when the Dokari made their last stand on a flat-topped seamount, giving the story its title. For others, the scriptures about sunken ruins are simply too consistent to be ignored. According to this version of events, the nomads sealed the monster away when they realized they couldn't defeat it. The key was then split into 3 equal parts, each waiting somewhere in the deep blue for future heroes brave enough to rid the world of this threat. The end. Of the many events from the time of the Odes, many consider the foundation of the kingdom in the clouds to be the most significant. It was back in the early days when the world was still being shaped. Once they had completed the islands, they started working on the travel golems. The Odes were so deep in exile and rejoiced at the ease which they could activate them by using power work. But for Mesa Island, something more was needed. A sentient golem, one that would not simply obey commands, but carry purpose. The reason was that this specific island was at sea level, but as the Odes had seen it in their dreams, it needed to be propped up way higher. Indeed, in the future there would be a great flood, and for this world to survive, Mesa Island would have to remain above water. Although that future was a very distant one, the Odes remained as selfless as ever in their dedication to harmony and balance. Thus, they built Kupar, but alas, they found themselves unable to give it sentience. Ever embracing the flow of things, the Odes held firm to the belief that their part in saving Mesa Island had been played. They moved on to completing the vision they had seen in a shared dream, and from the essence of the very clouds conjured the sky giants. There would come a time when the Odes would go extinct, and it would fall to the sky giants to keep watch. They would be tasked with establishing a council in the clouds to oversee three very important things. First of which was to keep watch over the elements. While the flood was unavoidable, maintaining balance would remain a challenge unless new Odes arose. Secondly, they would be the gatekeepers of the Sea of Stars, carefully vetting those who would seek to travel between worlds. Lastly, there was the matter of Kupar. It remained incomplete, and so they would need to be on the lookout for a wielder of magic potent enough to make the construct sentient. In the end, it was the great eagle who helped them in this. Nowadays, few are aware of Kupar's purpose, most believing it to be nothing more than an impressive feat of masonry. And even from a prophetic standpoint, there is no real way to know whether it will withstand the coming flood. But until then, Kupar's role would remain a passive one. Holding on with an ever-firm grip, it would stand tall, inspiring mortals as a testament to stoicism and true dedication. One need only lay eyes upon the construct once to understand where it got its title of Kupar the Unyielding. What happened to Sarai? It's terrible. Okay. It's locked, but it looks like the roof is accessible. shows if you heard the scream, it's fine. It was my mom. She gets startled easily, and something happened, and she screamed. But everything is okay. Well, I guess it's just... there you go. Right there. Processing complete. Please retrieve completed calendar. Maybe. My house is all the way up. We can make our plans there. Someone must have known. would you be saying? Get out of my head. I still see it in my dreams. I want to way back to my mind. I wish that I could give up. There's no peace left in my heart. Do you need to rest? Man, I wish there was some way to cheer people up. It's like I'm the only one other than Sarai who still has some energy, but I'm no fighter. You're from another world, right? You got any games out there? Wheels, huh? That does sound like it could be fun. I used to feel. I don't want to stay. We should have turned the other way. How can I go on? Good morning, Cedric. Good morning, Sarai. I see your journey to other worlds in search of solstice warriors has proven successful. Odds increase. Drastic. What's the status? Moon still sunken. Sun remains blocked by clouds. Fleshmancer yet inhabits the castle which cannot be reached. Active threat, dweller of dread. Any recent events? Fleshmancer activity detected a few days ago. Fleshmancer left briefly for another world, returned with a new monster lieutenant named Elysian Darel? Elena. Confrontation with the Elysian Darel not recommended. We'll see about that. Recommended action. Use Solstice Warriors to defeat Dweller of Dread. Recommended action tendency, make for Skybase to remove clouds and reconnect sun and moon. But how to get there? Report, surveil of the Cerulean Expanse continued while you were away. And faint energy was detected, concordant with old records about the dead of a forgotten race. Rumored builders of the Speedball network might know a way to bring it back online. Analysis of rails and ramps confirms Speedball network as a potential route into Skybase. Recommended action, follow survey probe through Cerulean Expanse and investigate signals. Shot analysis, long. At least we have a lead. Presence confirmed of servants to the Queen that was, confrontation likely unavoidable. Don't worry, they can fight. Probe calibrated. Will beat faster to show objects of interest. Good luck. The Cerulean Expanse. Could they really be somewhere in there and still somehow alive? One more thing, Cedric. Yes? I want them to see what we are facing. The Dweller of Dread? Show them. Dispatching drone. Your people. We're taking this thing down. Solstice warriors demonstrate emotional investment. Might negatively affect performance. Recommended action. Breathe in. Don't worry about us. That monster is getting its due. Recommended action. Breathe out. Thanks, Cedric. Okay, first moon has to shine again. We need you two at full power. This ruined expanse is east of Rapine. Here's hoping whatever we find there will be able to help. Teaks? You go ahead. I want to talk with Cedric. I'll catch up later. There's no one. Another setback. Hooray. Cedric detected something here. We have to find it. After all, built this place. Really? This used to be one of his workshops, and the stone design, we are in a container for souls. After why? His experiments left a presence behind. One moment. Attention all. This concoction will dispel the concealment curse. Those who wish to remain hidden, look away now. Oh? It worked! Hey, I can see you! What color am I? What happened here? Another wicked experiment. I knew Aphra was meddling with souls, but the packed living beings in their bodies. So he hides the proof and leaves them here to wander forever? You're kind of a coward. After all, not. These people might know something that can help. Let's ask around. I don't know why I look. Need anything for the journey ahead? The one who did experiments on her. He was not well. This was always a special one. It's good to be able to see each other after all this time. This is a special day for sure. I do not miss the tank. Well, what color am I? No, you tell me first. I saw someone darting towards the exit. Don't they know we're stuck here? Surely you won't try to enter the workshop. You know there's something big and dangerous in there, right? You're Solstice warriors, aren't you? How do you know? The dead of a forgotten race know many things. Who are you? I am called... Do you know anything about Skybase? Yes, my people remember when the place was built, back when we had physical forms. Unfortunately, the access route went offline after Skybase was corrupted to create the clouds. Corrupted? Yes, it was the first step in the build-up to our world's downfall. You mean Skybase wasn't always designed for nefarious deeds? Oh no, it used to regulate climate and keep our planet lush. It was beautiful. The evil machine that took over Skybase eventually corrupted its AI core. The creator of the cyborg, it called itself the Catalyst, so that's where I'll find that bastard. You remember? We thought it erased memories, too. We only remember its name. Sarai. I'm okay, just one more reason to get to Skybase. The Speedwell network is the only way. Do you know how we could restore power? Yes, when it became clear that our world would fall, we built a failsafe. Amidst the sacrosanct spire that hides in plain sight, a titan made of cybernetics and stone holding a giant block up high. If the brakes are released, it will drop the block, returning the energy that was spent to lift it up. The most primitive form of battery, holding just enough power to support our world's last-ditch effort. We named it Estrese? But the entrance to the sacrosanct spires is sealed. My people tried everything. That seal is an easy one to break for those who know how. So you can get us in? Absolutely, provided you can find a way to take me there. What do you mean? This one understands. This and his people are stuck here. This dome is the only thing preventing them from dissipating into nothingness. As I said, I will help, but first you need to get me there. And I also wish to fight by their side. Tell me, how good of an alchemist are you? I dabble. Can you do it? Living glass. One final attempt, perhaps? Are you sure you understand what you are demanding? Yes, for a way to fight back and help reclaim my world. The procedure cannot be undone. I understand. I would need proper tools, but my code prevents me from breaking into Afero's workshop. If you can get the door open, I will do it. You're not dodging this one. Cedric, I am uploading a 3D scan. Transmission received. Lock level. Intricate. Can you make the key? Affirmative. Good. I'm sending the probe to pick it up. And now we wait. But your life, I guess I just never imagined such a long stretch of time. If my understanding is correct, you and Valera are in such a path yourselves. One day at a time, and I have much to learn about combat myself. I believe we can teach one another. Still, I bet Carl would have managed to make some laugh. Yeah, I bet. I'm sorry, Valera. I didn't mean... Oh no, it's okay. See, I used to think grief was a negative emotion that eventually went away, but it doesn't work like that. It's just always there. So it's not like there's anything you could say that would suddenly make me remember him. Sometimes I feel really sad, and other times I find myself smiling and thinking of fond memories. It's like Zale said, he's always with us on some level. And I think I'm slowly starting to understand that it just means I'm lucky to have had someone so dear to me. Does that make sense? It does. Thank you, Blair. This helps me too. Just like Garl to be the highlight of the day without even being here. Looks like our key just arrived. Ready? I should warn you, the abomination that tortured us still inhabits the place. We'll take care of it. This pod. This is where I was kept all those years. And this one. Cool. At long last, you will be avenged. The monster is up ahead. Make sure you are prepared. This is the operator. Seems pretty dead to me. Be careful, Zale. Machines can be deceiving. It's moving. Get ready. Oof, everyone's better off without that thing. Rashawn, did you know? This world is unknown to me. I wish I could say the same of Aphrodite's ways. The workbench is just ahead. We should hurry. Yes, this will do. Living glass will only materialize for a soul that carries unwavering determination. One last time, are you absolutely sure that this is what you want? I am. Then follow me. So you will do this for me? Of course, but how will I know when it is time? Just follow their lead, and remember, only the three of you can enter the portal. I understand. It worked. I can feel. Glass is a very fragile material. I bound its living properties to your mind. You must always have purpose, but this vessel is only as insistent as your will is strong. And I am invincible. Thank you for giving me physical form again, great alchemist. For centuries I have longed for the chance to reclaim my world. For the sacrosanct spires, then. Are you sure you can get us in? Definitely. The crazed cultists won't stay kindly to trespassers, but I am eager to test my new form. We will deal with whatever comes our way. I look forward to fighting by your side. The spires are in the northeast-west corner. Let's hurry. Okay. 5% spires. It has been so long. I must find the frequency. One moment. Monster magic. Impossible. Did you think I was younger than you? Great Alchemist, if my understanding is correct, you have never visited this world before. You should be warned about the cultists. Their origins, we will deal with whatever lies ahead. There is no other way. Then let us proceed. Brother Katsugen. You seldom leave your post. Did something happen? An unidentified group has managed to break through the seal. One of them used songster magic. What? But how? We were told they couldn't leave the dome. I saw it myself. A sort of glass vessel. Moving. Oh? What is it? Ratchful? Things are getting interesting for once. And I'm thinking maybe I should handle them. A little trap, perhaps? Yes, swift action may be preferable here. Preposterous. The code clearly states that anyone may attempt Silence! The triumvirate of eminence reigns supreme, and I, Absterar, am its leader. You will not question me. I apologize, Great Illuminator. Roger, deal with the intruders. With pleasure.